The July 23rd, 2018 meeting of the Public Safety Committee will now come to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Elkoffer?
Here.
Chairwoman Boyce?
Here.
Mrs. Conley?
Here.
Mr. Delahanty?
Here.
Ms. Harris? Here. Mr. Mafucci?
Here.
Mr. Shepard is excused. Mr. Terp?
Here.
Mr. Zal?
Here.
Next item on the agenda is the public forum. Has anybody signed up for the forum?
There is not.
I do not see anybody in the gallery. So, next item on the agenda, approval of the minutes. You have the June 25th, 2018 minutes before you. They'll stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes before the end of the day. Next item on the agenda is new business.
Referral 18-0213.
Madam Chairman.
Moved by Legislator Zale, second by Legislator Conley. Questions on the floor? Legislator Mafucci.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Through you to the administration. First, as a former superintendent of schools, I have to say school resource officer programs are simply fantastic, and I'm very glad that a school district in the county is taking advantage of it. Is this the first time that Wheatland Chi has been involved in this?
Through the chair.
Through the chair.
Is that working?
Go ahead, try again.
Sorry. Thank you. Through the chair. No, this is not the first time that we provided a school resource officer to Tri-Light Wheatland High School. We had provided officers in 2018-19 and again in 2014 and 15, 16, and then 17 and 18. So this will be our fifth year.
Through the chair. Thank you. That's great. Appreciate it.
Any further discussion? Yes, Legislator Elkoffer.
Through the chair, this is a great program. I just want to know, will the officer...
Legislator, could we speak through the mic?
Excuse me. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Elkoffer.
This is an outstanding program. I have a little bit of knowledge about this. Will the officers in the school be, I know what's related law enforcement, traffic laws, drugs, crime prevention. Will they be getting into anything like the opioids teaching, any like health classes or anything like that on public safety or drugs prevention?
Through the chair, Mr. Elkoffer.
Through the chair.
Thank you.
Thank you. Through the chair, we have our officers participate in whatever way the school district deems appropriate. So there is an educational component to the officers' interactions with the students there, and there is crime prevention, crime reduction, there is drug and alcohol awareness, and actually that goes on at several of our schools. Just as a matter of course, for the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, we can have our deputies participate in any school upon request, providing preventative materials and information. But yes, that officer that's assigned to the Wheatland Chi School District will be involved in helping the teachers train the students and teach the students about preventative measures.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any further questions? Yes, Legislator Zale.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Through you to the administration, just two questions here. It says an amount not to exceed $105,000. What's the approximate amount that we expect to spend on this resource officer?
Through the chair, I believe it was approximately 103. We expect 180 days plus 10 administrative days. If the deputy is not available for some of those days, the cost will be reduced, but I think we originally calculated approximately $103,000 if they're going to work full 190 days.
Okay, and should because most school years, again, this is through the chair, most school years are more than 180 days, correct? They start at a higher number, 186, something like that, and then depending on whether there are snow days or other days, I know that there are obviously administrative days and days that you've got other things that are going on where there aren't students, but is the 180 days, is that a loose time frame or is that contractual 180 days?
Through the chair, that would be contractual, the 180 days throughout the school year plus the 10 administrative days.
And through the chair to the administration, to the best of your knowledge, the contractual school year is 180 days, not more.
Through the chair, I actually don't know how long the school year is when the students are in session.
Okay. All right, that's all. Thank you.
Any further questions? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Item passes. Next item on the agenda, Madam.
Referral 18-0219.
Moved by legislator Conley, seconded by legislator Elkoffer. Questions on the floor. Legislator Zale.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I'm noticing that this is a decrease of $40,000 from the previous year, and through you to the administration, I'm curious why that is.
Through the chair, Jennifer Curley from the Sheriff's Office. Every year, a funding amount is given to each region for the 13 bomb squads. So we have to meet and discuss all of our projects and programs that we want to have funded. And one of the other jurisdictions came in with a bigger project, so we all gave up $30,000 to cover their bigger project, because in the future, we'll probably be doing the same thing. So therefore, there was the reduction.
Through the chair of the administration, did you just say each jurisdiction gave up $30,000? So
Correct.
what's the decrease in $40,000 then?
I'm sorry, $40,000. We each
Oh.
gave up $40,000.
Thank you. So through the chair to the administration, as best as I can understand it, then there is one pot of money, whatever it is, and each year you sit down and you kind of decide, or it is decided, the larger expenses that happen, and you try to be accommodating to the other jurisdictions that maybe in that year they've got larger things that they purchase, and that's how you divvy it up?
Through the chair, that's correct.
So then, through the chair, are there other things that you're unable to fund because of this decrease? It's kind of a two-part question. That, and then also, how are we making up for the fact that we are losing that amount of money in this year as opposed to last year, through the chair?
Through the chair, ever since the inception of this grant, we've always sat down and looked at our expenses and the training and what we're purchasing and making sure we're not going to be relying on the operating budget.
Mm-hmm.
So we're tentatively always looking at that. So we didn't reduce something. We're just not going to probably purchase more of something that we it's hard because every year they tell you what you can spend the funds on as well. Only a certain amount can go to overtime or equipment. So once in a while, we're kind of like, okay, we're pretty good, we're pretty set on equipment, or we're set on training, so we can take the reductions.
So then, I guess, last question through the chair to the administration. This is an amount that comes because it's a grant. Once we know the amount that we're going to receive, we then look at things that we want to purchase as sort of gravy on top of the things that we are going to need each and every year through this Homeland Security Emergency Services.
Through the chair, that's correct.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Yes, Legislator Harris.
Chair to the administration, I'd like to know if, I see that in the referral that a certain amount was earmarked for the FBI personnel, and actually I wanted to know, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Will there be any dollars earmarked for FBI personnel?
Through the chair, we're just certified by the FBI. So
Okay.
it's sheriff's deputies certified by the FBI.
Thank you.
Any further questions? I just have one, since you piqued my interest, and I don't know. So we gave up $40,000, and other jurisdictions did as well. So who is this other jurisdiction that got all the money, and what are they going to do with it? Do you know?
I believe it was Erie County, and I think the project was, I want to say it's a device that shuts off cell phone activity during an incident, so that if something was to happen in this building, they're going to shut our phones off so that we can't communicate outside if there was an explosive device. I think that's what they purchased. I'm not positive. I can confirm that and get back to you.
Just curious.
All right.
You brought it up, so I'm,
right.
well, fair game, but thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. All right. So are there any other new business come before the committee? Oh, wait, what? I have another one? Oh, yeah. We didn't vote. Oh, we didn't vote. Yeah, we need to vote now. Sorry about that. No other questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? I apologize. I get so caught up in that. So, there's no new business but come before us, so the next... I'm sorry? Did somebody say something? I apologize. Okay. If there's no other business to come before us, the next meeting of the Public Safety Committee will be August 27th at 5:30 PM.